Hi guys, to those of you that are new to the channel, I've only been doing this YouTube thing like 2 or 3 months now, and I just got a video which had 50,000 views, and it was about Nelson, and I had another video which got like 6,000 about Isabel. So today, I'm going to be taking on the two bots which the masses want. Nelson and Isabel, we're going to be doing a little speed run and talking about the strengths and weaknesses of the different bots. So Nelson is super strong, strong. So it can be strong early on if you don't play it right, but as long as we tempo the queen, we should be fine. So if this is a natural tempo on the queen, it's also a move we wanted to play to get the dark square bishop out. So hitting the queen, number 1. So there's this check tactic, and then if takes, there's check. Wow, looks interesting. And then we can get the queen involved, maybe. But let's just that's not how you should be looking to beat Nelson. Like players like this, you should just try and just play solid, and they will mess up. So I don't want to teach you, bad tactics. So we could have gone for this silly thing, but we jump the knight in. They can't kick it out with the pawn now, and we're threatening this maybe. So like this. So if say we got this, hit the queen, then we'd be threatening that move, forking the king and the rook there. Also this looks natural. Also just castling's probably fine. But what was the move there? If we play this, it does let their knight in. This restricts their knight a little bit. So let's play that. Let's play a restrictive move, guys. I feel like that's more characteristic of how you should be playing against Nelson. And now I've just realized there's this. Could we have done that last time? Yeah, we could. Yeah, there's this move, isn't there? Hit the queen, and they can't actually defend this square. So this just leads to a fork. We could throw that in as well if we wanted to, just to really twist the knife into Nelson's position. Does he have any counterplay? I don't know. It's probably overcomplicated things. Let's just win the rook here. And then can maybe come out if they take it, damages their structure. Wow. So they're just giving me this pawn. Why? I don't know why. So if here, we just take it, right? Not sure about that one, Nelson. So yeah, they're trying to win the knight now. So if here, does it? Nah. We'll let them waste the tempo, I think. But now we are just up 7 points of material, guys. So let's just trade down. We love it. We might as well throw this move in, because it comes with check at the end. So it's like a low-risk move to just throw in. Yeah, let's take it. And now this. Yeah, I was just going to say, if they take with the king, this is a fork square. So we can threaten this, so they can't actually take the knight because of this fork. So they they defend it. But say we go like, oh, can we get the queen out now? This looks juicy. Or just like this and this, kick the knight. So if here, taking our knight, we get this move in, winning their knight. Because they can't move it because then they get the king and queen forked, right? And they can't move it here because same thing. So yeah, they block that idea. Fair enough. So this encourages, I mean, a trade's good for us, isn't it? So let's do that. Let's get the trade on the board. We get a massive connect 4 pawn chain, guys. We absolutely love it. And they're still not taking the knight, which is a bit cheeky, but I guess it can't go anywhere. So Nelson can take it at his leisure. And now we're getting our queen in, guys. But we also want to like bring a rook as well. So this would help activate a rook. Could we push here, look to restrict the queen's squares? It looks a little bit scary though, to be honest. If takes, maybe just this. I feel like pushing 2 really weakens the structure. So now this, if they capture back, we're just getting the rook in, right? So this queen move looks scary. But if queen in, we just lift the king. And then what can they do? Nothing, guys. Nothing. Right, so if we push or check and then take this pawn with a check. Okay, so now this pawn's a threat. I like just taking this pawn, guys, because then whenever we move this pawn, it comes with a nice little check. Is the queen needed in the defense? Yes, it is. The queen's covering the rook. I nearly got carried away then. So yeah, how do we deal with this? So like if we bring the rook here, we could push this pawn, kick the queen out. Another tempo against Nelson's queen, guys. And now, I mean, if he wants to trade queens, that's fine by me. Oh, wow. And I did do a video about how they nerfed Nelson, guys. Go check it out. It's a funny one. It's me being a little bit silly. But I do believe maybe chess.com did slightly nerf Nelson. Yeah, a few months ago, he was really, really strong. So if this king here and here, I don't know if we're promoting that pawn, but we might be promoting the one after it. So let's try that. So if here we get a trade of the rooks, which is nice. I think we'll bring this other rook. So if here, they just take here, right? So like this, and then we can get that moving. Or if take here, I mean, even or even this check. I mean, that looks brutal. Because now, we probably want to get like this and this, actually. Okay. Now, wait, does that work? Not quite. How do we promote these pawns? They're sort of doubled, so it's a little bit awkward for us. So if this, now they have to take, right? Okay, we've got the rook off the board. We're happy. So now, here, can they defend this pawn? Sorry. If here, they just take. So this now. But then they take the pawn. If here, we're just hitting the bishop. Seems pretty nice. And then we're just going to push these pawns up the board, guys. That's how we do it. Bang. So they're blockading the movement of our pawn, but now we just keep pushing. And then should be here. Protect the promotion square. They're going to have to sack their bishop. We're tidying things up, guys. All right, let's just push this one. The rook is stopping anything happening, so. Okay, we don't even need to recapture that pawn. We're just going to ladder Nelson in casual fashion. And then we're going to get on to Isabel. She's a solid bot, actually. She's like, I think 1600. Let's make him go this way. Just thinking, was that a stalemate then? That would have been bad. Right, so here. And then like this. Oh no, he's getting away. Wait. We messed up. Let's just regroup on this E file and then push him back. Okay. So here. And then let's just ladder. I know how to ladder, guys, honestly. Just sort of check in for stalemates there. So here and here. Okay, so that's how we take on Nelson, but now one mistake, zero blunders, if you're interested. So that's how we take on sort of a low-level aggressive bot. We're going to have to take maybe a couple more minutes with Isabel. She is much more tricky. Where is she, Isabel? I think she's advanced, right? Yeah, Isabel. So this was my second most viewed bot video. So people love Isabel, or they hate her. I think probably more likely they hate her. A lot of people are searching it in YouTube because they're having a problem beating her. So Isabel, I think the description is she's coached by a grandmaster and she's good at endgames. So we're going to try and beat her out of the opening, guys. So let's get aggressive. Let's get the queen out. Or this. If here and here. Yeah, because they program these bots to be good and bad at different things, guys. So Isabel's programmed to be good at endgames, but they've got to balance her out at 1600, right? So she's probably like an 1800 in endgames, but like a 1400 in early games. So if here, this knight is looking just trapped, right? Yeah, I think the knight's just trapped. Unless they can, do they defend? No. How did I know they were going to do that? I guess it defends, sort of. Yeah. So now, this is sort of like French defensey thing, isn't it? You sort of push this outside pawn, and then if they take, you develop your bishop, which you're very happy to do. And if they don't take, we can actually just undermine. Oh, that's a bit scary. That is a bit scary. Oh no. Oh no, guys. It was all going so well. Yeah, there's this tactic now, because if we push, they go check, and then they win the rook there. So we cannot block with anything else, so we might have to just move the king. Actually, we should have probably moved there. So here hits the queen, but then they take this. If here, blockading this pawn, defending here, that looks very natural. And if this, we can then interpose. So adding pressure here. They want to take, we're happy. Because aren't we just up material? And just with these two massive pawns in the center. Here looks natural. Wait, let's just check for threats first though, because Isabel's tricky. So if here we take, and then, ooh, and then this though, forking the king and the rook. So if here we have to go like back, and then if here we take. So I think we can play this move. And then if we get a trade, we're very happy, guys. So they do try it. They try it. So if, yeah, like I say, if takes, they fork us. So we have to go like here. In which case, do they have anything? I mean, they've got check. And then we go here. I think we're safe. If here, obviously, we get forked the same. So we've got to go like this. And now, yeah, still looks tricky. So we move the rook, but then there's like revealed attacks on the rook. So this, they just take. So Isabel, wow. So we're in a bit of a pickle, not going to lie. Right, how do we get out of this? What are we? Up 2 points of material, but just, yeah, like I say, in a pickle. So here, just hitting that bishop. So wherever they move the knight, I just take the bishop. That looks simplest. Okay, so I take, they take, and then we're going to be winning this pawn. And this should be simple, guys. So Isabel, yeah, we don't want to get into an endgame against her, so we're trying to punish out the opening, getting aggressive with them 2 pawns in the center. And now, if we remove the defender, guys, we take this pawn. So that's a classic tactic. Remove the defender. So they're hitting this pawn. So, I mean, we can advance it, but then that activates our light square bishop there. Yeah, I think we defend. And then we probably want to defend our bishop, because if we ever move the pawn, they just take our bishop, right? This threatens check, as well as defending the bishop. Maybe just king like up 1. On the dark squares, the king's pretty safe. They've not got a dark square bishop. Ah, so they've just done what we did, guys. They've removed the defender. So now we go back and they take the pawn. So that's a nice move. If we take here, nah. Just keep the bishop. Maybe pivot back here to win this pawn. We're still up. Good few points of material. So yeah, this pawn's weak, but they didn't take it. So let's reinforce it with the rook. Centralize the rook. We like it. So they're coming down our b file, so we just push a pawn. So that restricts our knight's movement in. So yeah, what are we going to do with this knight? Maybe we push this. Oh, actually, I was thinking push the pawn to open up the rook, but then their rook becomes a monster, pinning our knight there. Bringing the king's also fine in these endgames. If here we're targeting this pawn, let's try that. Maybe they advance it. Okay, so if takes, we're fine. So let's just... I think we take with a bishop, because then we're hitting this pawn at the end of it. Oh, but I've also just pinned my... That was a terrible move, taking with the bishop. The bishop was defending this, and also now the bishop's pinned to the king. Yeah, trying to play quick, guys. So if here they take this, but then they hit the pinned piece, but then I take. So maybe that. This pawn's still defended. Maybe they throw in a check now, but then we just advance the king. If we block, then this. Yeah, we can't allow this. This knight has to defend that square. So if here... Wait, actually, we can't block with this because they just take. Wait, no. We can block with this now. The bishop is no longer pinned to the king, so we can play this, offering an exchange of the rooks. We would lose this pawn at the end, but that's you know, it's fine. So how do we shatter this position for Isabel? If here we're threatening all sorts, we're threatening like that, forking the king and the bishop there. So we're up just 2 points now. Got to be careful. So this threatens this, right? Bang, check. And then we take, and then they take, but then they've got doubled pawns, and they're never going to be able to push these 2 pawns here. I go here. Yeah, so let's go for it. Let's go for that end game. We could even throw in check, and if they take, we win the rook. And then if they take, we save the rook, right? But if this, they take, and then we get this tactic anyway. Seems simpler to do it like this. And now we can even play like that. Another check. And king has to go here. Does it make any difference? Nah, probably not. So let's do that. And then we just come and win this pawn. If here we... Yeah, so we're winning this pawn. And we're just up the knight. Oh, though, if here and push, we get this. If check, we win this pawn. Yeah, let's do that. Keeps our king centralized. But now they have got 3 pawns on R2. I don't think the king should have stepped that way. I think the king had to like try and get at our pawns, because now we close the king off. We got opposition against the king, right? And now this. But then they push the pawn. I mean, we want to get that move in, winning the base of their pawn chain. And they've got to move the king out of the way in order to push the pawn. But now can we get back in time? So if this, it allows our knight out. And then hopefully we can sack the knight for that pawn. Just trying to find the correct square to do it. I think we can. So if like this, yeah. So this, wherever the king goes, we can go the opposite way and then just sack. And also deflects the king away from the crucial part of the endgame. So they're not fancying taking our knight because it doesn't really make any difference in the engine's eyes. We're going to queen, and then where's the quickest checkmate, guys? Have you calculated it yet? Are you that good? So they're taking now. So king and queen checkmate, guys. I haven't done this in a while. So we're going to cut the king off. And then I think you can use like an L-shape strategy where you treat your king as if it's a knight. as if it's a knight check. So like now, our king is a knight almost checking their king. And that's good. So now we can bring the queen, just cutting off this file. And now again, we'll knight the king. Like that, L shape. And then, what are we doing? Like this. And then hopefully, will this work? There's no stalemate, right? King's got this square. Price cutting out at the end here. So if here, are we doing this right? Check. If this is stalemate, so I've got to go like this, and then we'll just, you know what's easiest? Just treat it like it's a rook. This is the easiest way not to stalemate, guys. Treat the queen like it's a rook. Put it on the edge of the board. And then, yeah, wait for the kings to take opposition, and then you mate. So that's beating Isabel and Nelson, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe. I'm giving the people what they want. More Nelson and Isabel content. And yeah, check out the Discord if you want to join in the community. It's totally free. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.